Hi everybody and welcome to the live stream on the best marketing strategy. We're just going to wait for it to boot up and hopefully you guys have joining along here, and hopefully this will be really interesting to you. Just do a sound check first. So it's looking good. So welcome everybody. Tim, Axion, been a while mate since seeing you here, so welcome. Andreas, welcome. Good to see you here. Some of the good old favorite community members, so pretty cool. So what we're going to do on this live stream is go through part of Axion's marketing strategy and look at Danger Digital, I should say, search engine optimization, wallet growth, and page ranking. So hopefully you guys will enjoy this. So basically, last Monday on Axion Today, Adam went through and did a whole show on SEOing and the role that Denver Digital is going to play, especially with the venture capital auctions coming up. So what I've gone and done is summarize that, and I think it's going to be pretty good. So hopefully it'll be really clear. The interview was quite long, as they normally are, so it's just about synthesizing, getting the good stuff out, and I've organized it here for a quick reference, so I hope that you guys will enjoy that. Plus I've got a few extra bonuses coming in on other pages to show you some of the real life positioning of Axion. So hopefully it's going to be really insightful as we roll out with venture capital auctions coming up on the 12th or 13th. So pretty neat. Let's get straight into it. We'll probably get a lot more people coming on to watch as we go, and hopefully it'll be good. And welcome again. So here we are. We've got Adam at Denver Digital. He's basically running that. And I think the team's about 9 people on the team or so. They're experienced at doing national campaigns in the US and other things like that. So pretty cool. And basically, Denver Digital is pretty much the official advertising partner with Axion, and they're going to change the game. So think of Axion being around for what, about 111 days or so, something like that, with live auctions, plus a bit longer, obviously, with previous launches in the last year. So let's say that been around for about 111 days doing live auctions, and so it's early days, and so Axion's position on the Google search engines, other search engines, is still on the lower side. So what these guys have been brought in to do is completely change that and to get Axion ranked up to page number 1, etc. So we're going to get into all that now. So the first thing, as I've talked about, is the website. So they're going to do SEOing, which is search engine optimization. And so that's going to be their main focus. They're also going to do a few other things, and we're going to get into that shortly. So what they're going to focus on is doing a lot of backlinks, so linking to the website, to articles, news items, and things like that. Also going to do anchor texting on off pages to get everything optimal for the search engine bots that go and scroll the internet and start ranking your content. So it really is about the quality of your content, getting authority and a ranking into the Google and other ranking engines algorithms, basically. So the better that is, the better quality, the better your rank, basically. And so they're trying to get page 1 rank and location. So that's the idea. So if we have a quick look now, we go to Google and we type in Axion, we can see that Axion and Axion Crypto do come up. So we'll type in Axion on Google, and this might be slightly different depending on where you are in the world. I've got this on, sort of on international, and so we can see that there's an ad here already for stake.axion.network. So don't know who runs that, but it's possibly the team running that at the very top. So that's really cool. And we scroll down, at least on my Google, so this might be different on yours, so let us know in the comments if it's different, so you can follow along. So we've got Axion.network, which is obviously the main website, and so that's already looking good on my browser, maybe different on yours, so let us know in the comments. So if we go up to the top there and we click on Axion Network, we can see that this is the new user interface the new rendering for Axion. Looks really modern and cool. And so obviously you can buy Axion and stake Axion. So two of the main functions is people buying and staking Axion to earn dividends, wrap Bitcoin. Axion, and eventually altcoins as well. And you can see that they'll be focusing on a lot of news things. There's already ones done in the past. So it shows you a lot of the stuff that can be there, and they're going to make this really user-friendly. So that's the first thing, is that they're going to rank the Axion.network page. So that's going to be very exciting to see indeed. Hey, SA Home Buyer, good to see you in the chat there. SA Home Buyer's good regular, so it's good to have a great bunch of community members on here. So let's continue through. So this is where it is. So buy from auction. They're trying to make this as simple as possible for people in crypto who are fairly knowledgeable of everything, and people that are not in crypto that need a lot of education. And they need it to be simple, really simple, to buy Axion, stake Axion, and understand what's going on. So that's pretty cool. All right, so that's what they're going to be doing. So the website, basically, they're going to start off with doing approximately 100 quality backlinks per month. And so that's for Axion.network, and I believe they're going to do some work for Axion.today since it's the main show as well, so it'll probably be in there as well. And they're really basically they're trying to increase or improve their domain authority. So that's really an authority ranking based on quality is pretty much the main metric these days to rank Axion.network show on the search engines. So basically that's what they're doing. So if we jump to moz.com, that's moz.com, we can see that if we type in Axion.network and we analyze the domain, we can see that its domain authority is rank 16. So how does that work? You get a rank between 1 and 100. All right, so 1 and 100. So 16 is on the lower end, but that's to be expected. As I said earlier, they've only just started, and so therefore we expect that we've only been done 110 auction days, and marketing hasn't technically started, right? So they've done probably some very minor stuff, but the main marketing budget and rollout has not been done because they've been building the team, getting the marketing team, contracting Danger Digital to do SEOing, getting in professionals into the team to do all the marketing and to do the strategy, and obviously they're rolling out the products for the launches. So we've got the VCA venture capital launch coming up, most likely subject to the audit on the 12th of this month. So pretty exciting. Let's quickly jump back. So we've got 16. So this is a relative measure as well. It's not an absolute measure. So 16, you might say 16 is not that high in 100. And yes, it's certainly would expect to be low because we haven't really gotten to marketing yet and all that sort of stuff, SEOing. So it's a good lower base to measure from. So we expect that to increase over time, but really it's a relative measure. So it's relative to other sites that are like Axion and crypto space that we can compare against. So if we're in around that pack, we know that how we're performing. So if we go way below here and we'll jump to the competitors, we can see that their domain authorities for different ones. This is where it's suggested top search competitors. So this is suggested by this site. So it's saying Axion.ai. I'm not sure what that is exactly, but they've got other sites here, Wikipedia. So a few unrelated sites in my view. Block Social, maybe some similar. Binance.com is a bit better, so that we're dealing a bit better there. And so really competing around the name, so it's very confused in that sense. But they've got domain authorities. You can see Binance is 71, pretty high. So we can see that if we use at least Binance as a comparable, then we've got a bit of work to do. If we use Axion Bio, if we're competing for the Axion word, then we've got a bit of work to do. So that's where the Denver Digital will come into play to lift that authority, which you can see is 16 at the moment. Now, for keywords, like obviously in SEOing, keywords is also an important part, getting a lot of keywords in your content, and obviously promoting in your backlinks, etc. So 4 keywords is where they're heading, and we can see that those 4 keywords, if we come down here, we can see Axion logo, staking platform, Axion partners, and Axion are the 4 keywords that are getting ranked for the site on the search engine. So that's pretty much how that works. And let me just jump to, yep, not quite up to that one yet. So we'll go back to the slide. So that's really what that is. So basically Denver Digital is part of the marketing plan run by Punky, and they've basically been done to do the official advertising. They're going to work particularly on search engine optimization, which is their main focus, to rank Axion.network up so that when they send traffic to it, or when people are looking for Axion to buy and stake to get either Axion or wrap Bitcoin, they will it will be very easy to go. They'll just type in the Axion name, be able to go to the page, depending on wherever they're advertising or whatever. So it's pretty awesome, and we can see over the next. They haven't really started, done a lot of prep work, and so once they do start, this will really elevate Axion users and so forth and growth. So it's pretty exciting. And that domain authority is a good way of measuring the performance of how they're doing. And so I think if they can get from 16 to 30, that's a pretty good measure. And obviously if they can get a 50, it's probably pretty good. If we look at Binance, it was at 70, which is obviously, number one centralized exchange or exchange in the world. So I think that's a good comparison if they can get up to there. Now, the second topic that Adam talked about, summing up his work, they want to simplify the onboarding, and I think that we can all appreciate that there's various level of information, so it's really important to know that. So Kiram, who runs this YouTube channel, I do. This is a unofficial channel, so I've been running it since day one. Tim Axion and Axion Investor. Yep, that's me. And Kiram, wow, I didn't know that. Thanks, Tim. No, it's all good. Thanks, Kiram, for being here, and hope you enjoy this session. So we're just summarizing Adam at Ninja Digital and what they're going to do for Axion, because it's only just getting started, folks. We are only on that takeoff launch, the 12th of this month. It's going to be pretty epic, and marketing's going to kick off thereafter. So let's continue on. So with communication, simplified onboarding, they're going to be doing that with step-by-step, so making it as simple as possible. I like to use the word simplicity, meaning making the complex simple, and the easier you do that for people is the easier to onboard them, and so you grow the community better. So they're going to be doing that with their communications. They've obviously done a lot of prep work for that because the launch is going really fast, and the team has been basically ahead of time. So they're ahead of time and a lot of things developing, which shows you how quality of the dev team that we've got. Really cool with T Daly and all the rest of them. So pretty neat. Now the content development, they're going to be doing a lot of content development. Basically, when I say that, they've obviously done a lot of that, and it's going to be ready to go. Pages of quality content and articles. So this is really what the algorithms are looking for in Google and stuff, is quality content, and they're going to be doing that. So they're initially going to be looking at 4 articles per month, and then increasing that. Obviously, they're doing a number of infographics to make the simple onboarding and explain Axion really easy. So they've got articles and infographics. Obviously, they're going to use a lot of the main crypto places like CoinDesk and other places which are already well established with large audiences in the crypto space. So they're going to be doing that. And then after that, they're going to be doing programmatic advertising, which is going to be targeted. In other words, they can geo-target, they can target if it's based on your interest, based on your past behavior, all that sort of stuff. And they've got things like ESPN and other programmatic networks. So it's huge. So it sits under all the big ones, CBS and all that. They've got their own networks. And so you're looking at reaching out a very targeted but wider audience. So it's really take-off time, folks. Marketing's coming into play. And I thought this would be a good, perfect time to look at it before they actually launch. So then the next part, so obviously we've talked about the website, which is a focus for SEOing, search engine optimization, really the best strategy, and the communications, how to communicate the Axion project, products, how to get onboarded, all those sort of things, what your returns will be, all that sort of stuff. The next one, of course, is grow and leverage the Axion community. Now, this is a huge part. So what they're going to be focusing on is wallets. So that's what we're going to look at next. So wallets is going to be a performance metric. How can they grow what number of wallets? And I've been saying this in every video just about that I can remember on the daily auction closes. So if we jump to the Axion Today dashboard and we go on to the analytics tab, we can then go to the wallets, and I often highlight this every day in the auction close. We can see in the last week we've had 43 users. Now I've often said that we need to do per week 2,000 users per week new, but to do that we need marketing budget and an active growing community. So obviously as the bigger the community gets and the more active it gets at outreaching, the faster the community grow, but potentially exponentially. So that's pretty awesome. So that's where I'm heading. And this here says we've got active users 9,438. I'm not exactly sure what the definition of active user is. Could be somebody that's active, done a transaction once a week, in the last week or the last month. So I'm not sure what that is, but I'll try and find that out. So we've got 9,438 active users. I think we've got closer to 15,500 wallets altogether. I'd have to check on Etherscan. That might help also. But that's where we are, active users, 9,438. So if we can get that up from 43 per week to 2,000 per week, then we're really going to be really rocketing. So I'm looking forward to that. And the marketing is going to be extensive. The SEOing is going to be extensive. So pretty awesome. If we look at the last month, of course, 829, and this is actually a bit softer. So we're going to look at getting that up to, in my view, this is just my own opinion, if we can get that up to 8,000. I'm not sure what the actual team's goals are, but that's what I think would do pretty well moving the growth forward. So if we can add 24,000 users within 3 months, I think that'd be pretty exciting, both for the price and for the project and the community at large. So that's where that is at. And so we just talked about wallets being a measure. I suggested some potential targets that I think are very useful, and once we flood the market with marketing, advertising, SEOing, etc. So the other thing was build the community. They're going to do about 20 hours per month, and they're also going to use Punky as the marketing and strategy manager to do a lot of interviews and promotions, which I think is really good. And they've actually done an interview, and we'll get onto that shortly. Also, they're looking at community champions, so taking people out of the community that are really bold. As we saw today in the recent announcement, we've got the board of directors. They've already got 5 people that have nominated themselves onto the board of directors, which has large and enthusiastic Axion supporters in there. And they've taken 5 people that are sort of non-whales, but very committed to the project, and they're doing background checks on them now. So this is part of like the community champion program, and I think that's going to be huge because you need that centralized marketing, SEOing. You also need the community to be an active community and have some good champions that are willing to push the community forward as well. So pretty neat. Obviously, they're going to do in communications. Just jump back there quickly. On top of the articles and infographics, they're going to be looking at doing memes and all sorts of other competitions like that, which are hugely popular for social media, including Facebook and other places where they can do indirect crypto discussions and stuff like that. So a lot of that's really important. And in a community, just getting on Facebook and talking about Axion and stuff like that, and other social media is really important too. So it's going to be a big emphasis on the community to be active as well, especially when they're really invested. They've got Axion, they're staked, so it's in their self-interest to also promote the community. So I think that's pretty awesome, and a nice balanced approach between the central marketing unit, which most crypto projects don't have, right? So this makes Axion particularly unique. Obviously, the big thing coming up, VCA launch. So this is when it's all going to really take off. Once they have the product out there with the venture capital auctions, they then can roll out all this marketing that they've been developing, and it's going to happen pretty fast. It's going to roll out pretty fast after that. So I think it's a pretty exciting time to be in Axion at the moment. So they're going to do the post-launch. It's all going to hit the market and continue to hit the market month after month after month. And so we've got interview. They've done a special interview with Punky with a pretty big news organization, I understand it, and not sure who that is yet. It hasn't been released. They'll probably be pushing that through the affiliate news networks. So affiliates of like CBS and all other, they have all these networks that run and get to all the sub audiences. So it's pretty exciting. Basically, it's a simple message, right? With the VCAs is buy Axion, get Bitcoin. So Bitcoin's obviously well known, hugely known around the world now. And so it's an easy tagline. Not sure this will be exact tagline, but basically that's it. Buy Axion, get Bitcoin, and it will really attract a lot of people to it. So a bit of a circular value chain there, Bitcoin to Axion, Axion to Bitcoin. So pretty neat, I think, and it really will put Axion right in the forefront of crypto space, and people love auctions, so I think that's exciting too. So that's a big summary of Adam's interview on Axion Today show that he did on Monday, and he's from Danger Digital, and I think it's pretty exciting. So we're just going to jump quickly to the chat before I look at the last item and just see what's been going on there. And yeah, it's Tim Tim Axion, best independent content, Reaxion. Oh, thanks, Tim. That's great. Amir Bench Judge, what is a venture capital auction? Yeah, so the venture capital auction is coming up on the 12th, assuming that the budget goes, the audit goes through perfectly fine, and that's basically they're going to issue. To start off with, there will be 1 billion Axion in the auction twice a week, Tuesday and Saturdays. And that will then be people bid in Ethereum into that auction. What they will win back is they will win back Axion, and also 10% of the Ethereum that they put in will come back as Bitcoin dividends, and that gets liquid, so they can actually claim that. Whereas the Axion they get has to be auto staked for a minimum of 60 days. Or not auto staked, it has to be staked for a minimum of 60 days. But they also get 10% back in a Bitcoin, which is liquid, but they must claim that. So it's basically what the auctions, venture capital auctions are. So it's a way of getting Bitcoin. On the other side, people that are staked, all that 85% of the Ethereum will then go back to buy wrapped Bitcoin on the market, and that wrapped Bitcoin will be additional dividends to stakers who stake Axion, in addition to the Axion dividends that they get from the standard auctions, which only give out Axion. So pretty exciting, hugely bullish for Axion, and it's going to really make Axion one of the most exciting projects on the planet. So SA Homebuyer gas fees are back up. Yeah, gas fees have been coming down. I mean, we've got as low as 62 Gwei, 61 Gwei, and so that's been pretty good. But they obviously with the resurgence in Ethereum and Bitcoin over 50,000. Ethereum over 1600, the gas fees got back up because more demands piled into the network. Some people are getting more optimistic about the gas fees in the medium term or even short term, potentially from July onwards, where if we get sharding in place, which is the second phase of ETH 2.0, we can get some sharding in place that could start to pull down, increase the network throughput, and so we might have that earlier. Some people are more pessimistic and think that that may not be until early 2022 or somewhere like that. So we'll see. They do have weekly updates on Ethereum projects, so watch out for that. You can actually find that on YouTube under the Ethereum organization. They have their weekly updates with the devs. It even has Vitalik on it often, so he's the head of Ethereum, so pretty neat in Ethereum. If you remember, is last time I checked, I think it was number 2 or 3 biggest one, so pretty cool. Tim Axion, if you are staked, you will already benefit. You just need to register your wallet on the staking page. Yeah, that's really important. So if you are already staked and you haven't made any new stakes since they launched the registration button, then you will need to pay a bit of gas to register your address. Otherwise, you can just upgrade or make a new stake, and that will auto register your address. So that's how that's done. That's on the staking tab on the Axion platform. Now you can use the link in the video descriptions, any ones of videos on this page to access that page, easy enough. Shane Walker, hi guys. Hey Shane, good to see you. Fix here, nice. Amira, why I need to do that? Because that's what they're wanting us to do, to register the address. Basically, it also helps get new people and more people to stake. So I guess it's probably the main reason. Shane Walker, Bitcoin, Amir, if I don't do that, I lose my Axion tokens. No, you don't lose your Axion tokens. You just, if you don't have a registered address, you just don't get the wrapped Bitcoin. You still get your Axion dividends from the standard auctions and from the 8% inflation that goes into the reward pool. So the reward pool on Axion has 8% per annum inflation per day, but obviously divided by 365. Plus it has the auction market buybacks for the standard auctions. Standard Axion auctions have been pretty much around about 320 million, something like that. So occasionally you get a big one, but that's because it accrues penalties and other stuff that goes in there. Amir, if I don't do that, I lose my. I hate Bitcoin. Nice one, that's funny. Shane Walker, hi Adam. Yeah, good to be here. Bitcoin community is big, cloud fest, and stay, hold, and sell from the back door. Every investor has their own goals. Yeah, Bitcoin's obviously the number one gold standard, and it's kind of like when it rises, it lifts all boats. All crypto boats lift. So yeah, that's pretty much it. I think most people in crypto know that. So let's quickly look at the final one. We're gonna look at the price at the moment. So we had a really nice price pump, 00029. I think that was pretty awesome. Now there was looks like a swing trader that came in there. I did talk about it in my video yesterday. Now they're still in there. I checked just about half an hour ago. They're still holding their bags. They have a short stake that runs out on the 22nd of March. And they just bought another 300 million. So they had 400 million plus 300 million. Looks like swing trade. So for all of that is that's about 700 and something million. So it's all essentially liquid by the 22nd. So we'll watch out for that person. But you get those in the markets. That's just the way it goes. Now we saw this massive jump in price, and I think that's pretty cool. So if we actually look at it, we actually what happened there? Just click on that one. So if we take it from the low here, we had a nice what was it, about 75% increase. Let me just expand the chart. Yeah, so we had probably 80% increase from the bottom there. Pretty cool indeed. And what we can see is that we're actually holding at this. Oh, let me get rid of that. We're actually holding. We bounced down to 000278. Now we keep moving up, and so I could expect this to consolidate. We've got the launch. Given if the audit is all good, we've got the launch coming up in a few days. So I'm not sure why my calendar's not showing up the number of days there. Let me check that out. Yeah, it's not allowing me to do it for some reason. Let me change that to the daily. So what day is it? 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th, 11th, 12th. So this here, around about here, maybe there, we should see this continue to steep up. I think we're going to bust out of this resistance, the support and resistance at 0003, and that peak that we got there, where we went up to 00037, we're going to blitz past that in the next couple of days, is my expectations. So if you saw my video on this day, I did say that was going to happen. Obviously, with this big swing trader come in and then other buyers come in, it did happen faster than even my expectations. But you can check out my previous videos on that, where I showed a big arrow here. I think it was yesterday's video. So it was nice to see. I expected a 75% jump in price, and that's what we got. So it just happened faster. I expected it over probably about 3 days, but we got it in 1 day. That's crypto for you folks, and it's a fun place to be, right? And your traditional banking certificate of deposit, you probably get it about 0.3%. So Axion is supercharged in that regard. Supercharged. Shane Walker, every investor, yeah, that's right. So that's pretty much it. So that was the price there. Let's see how we're going for time. Yeah, another couple of minutes. So I expected this to be about half an hour. And once again, this is pretty much what we went through. We went through and summarized Adam's presentation on Axion Today Show, which you can just search on Google, on YouTube. And basically, Denver Digital's got about a team of about 9 people from memory, official advertising partner for Axion under the leadership of the marketing strategy manager, Punky, and they're basically focusing on the best SEO strategy to lift Axion from a domain authority of 16 upwards, right into the pack. So we'll probably get up to 50 or something like that. It's probably a good place compared to other crypto places like Binance.com and other places. Obviously, it's not the particular measure, but that they're a relevant crypto player. And obviously, website getting 100 quality bank links per month. Really, and that quality is the key word, right? Quality content. So they're writing quality content about Axion. And really going to pick that up per month. So it's going to be huge. They're also going to use affiliate networks. That's huge, targeted in marketing as well. So I think you're going to see Axion just come across probably all over YouTube and all the stuff like marketing, stuff like that. So watch out for that stuff. They're going to simplify onboarding, the process, content development, new articles, infographics, CoinDesk, crypto news, programmatic adverts, which is where they can actually target sub networks and news networks like CBS and other places, CNBC and stuff like that. So pretty epic. And grow, leverage Axion community. Obviously, that's going to be a huge part. Their performance measure is going to be the ranking of the website, their domain authority performance, the number of wallets that are being created over the next few months and coming years. So pretty exciting. And obviously, they're going to build the community. That's going to be a big part of the ethos. I think it's fantastic. And also, obviously, we've got the big major product launch of venture capital auctions with Wrap Bitcoin. I think, folks, it's exciting times, and we're only, if it's the 12th, we're only about 8 days away, folks. So pretty exciting indeed. Well, 8 days, yeah, 12, 6 days. So I'm losing my maths now. 12 minus 4 is 8, yeah, 8 days. So there we are. So a bit of comedy there at the end of this show. So I hope you enjoyed that one, and I hope you guys feel free to subscribe, like, and share, and hit the bell for further notifications, and hopefully to bring you more insightful content like this. So yeah, hope you enjoyed that one, and catch you in the next one. Until next time, I will. Please leave any comments as well about stuff you'd like to see as well. That'd be great as well. So until then, and thanks for watching, folks.